This is at Fine Art College in Leeds where I saw a mirror, so I took a photograph of myself in this mirror in the Fine Art department. This is me and Melvin standing on the scaffolding outside the breadline when we played in the band. That's what I wore, a white boiler suit with them, with a flat cap. That toast is for me. That isn't to have any toast. One of our subscribers, who's a dietitian, said Pat needs to be on a low carb diet. So all that's for me. Oh.
Only 3 thin slices.
All the drugs have stopped working to bring her sugar down, haven't they, Pat?
Yeah.
So the only alternative now is to go on a low carb diet and try and bring it down with that.
Which I should have been doing in first place, really.
Yeah.
But my willpower's not very strong.
We all have our weaknesses, darling.
And mine's food. You would think of it to look at me, but it is.
Oh no, I've got some photographs of you when you were quite stout.
Oh, have you?
Morning, everybody. It's a very nice morning this morning. Still windy, but sun's out. Just had a walk down and had a look at the cows. Yeah, it rained all night and blew last night, but it's very nice this morning. What happened to Urial? Strange title. Urial were one of the patients at Meadwood Park Mental Hospital when I used to go on a Friday afternoons, and I did a drawing of him, and then I did a painting of him, which, as Pat mentioned, was bought by the school's lawn services. But a strange thing happened to that painting. It's quite hilarious, really. At that time I knew picture framer Nigel. He'd be in Australia. He emigrated to Australia in the 80s. But he had a picture framing shop in Pudsey, and I used to take in framing. And I got quite friendly with Nigel. And when I'd finished, I did this painting at I started the painting in my own studio at Rodley, but was pressured to bring it in to college and finish it at college, which I did. And when I'd finished it, I needed to get it home. Now this painting was about 4 foot by 3 foot, and obviously I couldn't put it in the motorbike and sidecar. So I asked Nigel, who had a roof rack on his car, if he'd bring it home to Rodley for me, and he agreed. And I hadn't a clue. I fastened it on his roof rack with this cord, which was nowhere near strong enough. But I didn't realise at the time, and we tied it to his roof rack and we set off, and we were going on the the Leeds underpass. Anybody who knows Leeds knows what I'm on about. Dual carriageway goes through a big tunnel. Well, just before we entered into the tunnel, I said to Nigel, that painting's still on the roof, in it, Nigel. And he put his arm out of the window and he fell and he says, no, it's not there, Trev. And I said, come on, get over. Don't mess me about. And he says, I'm serious, Trev, it's not there. What? So we had to go down the underpass. When we got to other end near Yorkshire Post building, we had to go roundabout and come back again. And coming back down the dual carriageway on the other side, I saw this crumpled mess in the fast lane. So we had to go down, get off an exit, come back on it again, and then stop. I mean, it's outrageous to think that I stopped and picked it up, but somebody had hit it. And it was in a crumpled mess, and it had literally put the wooden frame through the canvas. It had a hole in it. Wow. So we just shoved it in the back of his car and got it home. And I took it down into my studio and I built a new stretcher. I took it off the old stretcher. I stretched it onto a new stretcher, same size and everything. And I put water, I brushed water on the back of it to stretch all the creases out of it. And this tear, I don't know, I think I glued it and put a patch over it on the back. And then set about repainting it at the front. And you know, you couldn't see it when I'd finished it. I was amazed really. And that painting did finish up, being bought by the school's loan services. That's something that happened while I was at the Poly. I do some stuff. Another funny thing that happened while I was at the Poly was when Pat was sewing. They gave you a pattern of a policeman's cape.
Yeah.
To sew, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they used this pattern to then make all the policemen's capes. And they gave Pat the pattern, I think, that you keep it.
Mm.
And this pattern was the shape like a policeman's cape, but it were made out of all sorts of different bits of material. And I stuck bits of mirror to it. Because I used to do performances with red string and milk crates, crazy stuff. But I did stick weird shaped pieces of mirror to this cape. And we went into Leeds one night and I had it on, this cape.
Well, but you also had these high shoes on, like platform shoes.
Yeah, they were all the rage then. They were like camouflage boots. They weren't army boots. They were, you know, I probably bought them in town somewhere. They were high, very high boots, but they were like a camouflage design, and they had really thick Cuban heels and soles on them. I had them on and all. Don't know who I thought I was. And we were in Leeds doing the pubs, I don't know. And this crowd of kids started poking fun at me, and I retaliated. I don't know what I said to and they just ganged up on me, did these lads, and we were running for the bus, and I jumped on the bus, told the driver to close the door because I was being attacked, and he won't close the door, and these lads jumped on the bus and they were all over me, laying into me, and I'm saying, shut the door, to the driver, shut the door. And all this was because I had this ruddy cape on. They singled me out. During my time at the Leeds Poly, I had an exhibition at Lancaster University of my drawings. And this was really weird. I mean, I really did do some weird stuff. Because I put these drawings on the wall in the gallery, and I built these little picket fences which stood on the ground in front of the drawings, so you couldn't get near them. And then I used this red string, and I tied red string from my drawings down to these picket fences, so I crisscrossed across the drawings to interfere with you. I had an exhibition at the Breadline where I actually set up random lights on the ground in front of these picket fences. In downstairs in the basement, it was pitch black, and somebody lent me a random light machine, and these bulbs came on randomly and illuminated each painting randomly, so it was pitch black. Apart from these lights, and there was some music playing as well. I can't remember. Probably
Rob Warby music.
Was it Rob Warby's music?
He machine as well.
Yeah, and it was Rob that lent me the machine. I was all interfering with you, trying to see my art, because I was being interfered with. I think it was all about the Inland Revenue. I did do a lot of really strange stuff in those days, and it all coincided with the milk round, milk crates, red string.
Yeah, I've seen you drawing with your milk crate.
No, I can't. It just reflects light off of it's framed in a glass. No, yeah. We're coming to the end of the gallery memories. I'm moving on to the next phase, which is a piano shop. See you later. I'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock. Don't forget, Friday the 29th, 7 p.m. It's a live session, okay? And we're having an intimate discussion this evening. Okay, see you later, 7 p.m.